Martha Carr, welcome to Behind the Fiction.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
You, in the guise of Judith Behrens, have a new book coming out today, the start of a new series. And that
Right.
series is called The Witch Next Door. And this book, today's, what was actually released yesterday, One Witch Too Few. Give us a little
Right.
backstory on this series and the book, if you will.
So it's a fun series. It's a female lead who discovers, she wakes up one day and her mother, who's trekking the world, is thought to be dead. And she's lost her fortune, and all she's got left is a Winnebago and clues from her mother. And this was actually based on, we got the idea from my late mother, who left money in bank accounts all over the country, and it kind of gave us this idea. And so this witch is setting out to find out where her mother is, and she's also gone to find her best friend Romeo, who she hasn't seen in years and years, who she thinks didn't want to see her anymore when he was falsely arrested. And I guess I shouldn't give away any more than that.
All right, so let's talk about the Winnebago. Where did that come in? Because when I was reading the blurb for this, I'm like, okay, I'm interested in this just because of the Winnebago.
I know, there's a good Winnebago always helps a story.
Yes.
Yeah, so there are forces working against her, and I don't want to, accidentally do a spoiler, but she goes from having all her needs met, not really needing to use her magic or practice it, to the only thing left to her is this used Winnebago to live in. She lost her apartment. She's lost everything. So, and she starts out in Charleston, South Carolina, and so it's kind of like a Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, but instead it's this character, and so she's got to set out. Lily has to set out and in her Winnebago with all of her stuff. You find out pretty early in the first few pages that something dark is after her. She just can't figure out why. And no one believes that her mother's not alive, but it's a lot of fun too. It's a very funny, I think, series with a lot of pew pew that everybody likes, and I think it's fun to follow the clues. It's like building a puzzle to figure out, is her mother dead? Where could she be? Why was her mother even doing this in the first place? So it's a little Indiana Jones as well.
And you set the first series that you wrote for LMBPN in Austin, which is
Yes.
where you live. And this one
Yes.
is like all over the place. Is that fun, or is this
Yes,
just the
yes,
new
yes.
Martha? You're all over the place, so you can set these books all over the place now.
Yeah. So it's in honor of Tina, my late mother, who, she managed to save $1 million on a minister's salary and tell no one.
That's
and
amazing.
That is amazing. I still don't know how she hid the statements for 50 years. And she had them all over the country. For all we know, we didn't find them all either. We found one last year, 5 years after she died. The woman was very good at saving, and a poster child for put a little away. But I was just always fascinated by it. And Michael, who is the other half of Judith Behrens, Michael Anderle, we thought it would be a great kind of, treasure hunt. She's basically kind of doing a treasure hunt. And the last clue is to find her mother. And I also used to create treasure hunts for my little brother when I was little. So this is right up my alley. I used to love doing that.
All right, so for people who are used to Judith Behrens books, they tend to come consistently. What's the schedule for this series? Do you know?
Yes, so thank you for asking. The second book will be out 2 weeks after the first one, and then the others will be 1 month, every month. There'll be a new Witch Next Door. Okay. And but the first two will come out pretty fast.
Good.
So that you can really get into the series. Yeah.
Great. All right. Well, Martha Carr, thank you very much for being here. I have a feeling we're going to be talking a lot because Judith Behrens and Martha Carr have lots of books that come out.
Yeah, and let me also mention there's a little more romance in this one than Judith has been doing. It's still YA, but YA is, loves romance. So Romeo is a perfect name, and he's a great character too. So people should love it.
Okay, and one other thing, this book came out yesterday. Today's book for LMBPN is the 12th book, I think, in the Alison Brownstone series?
Yes, I think you're right. Fairly certain you're right. And it's called Rise Up, and it continues the story. Allison is a great character because she's independent. You've known her since she was 14.
I was trying to count the number of books she's been in. I'm guessing she was in every single Brownstone book, at least by name.
At least by name, and she was in the first School series.
So that's 8 more.
8 more, and then she's been in 12 of her own. So yeah, she's a character that's been around a while.
This is a record-setting character.
Yeah, and also one that is beloved. And I'm really excited for what's coming, which I can't say, but there's a reunion coming that fans will have been asking for, and we're going to deliver because it's what we do. But it's full of she's somebody who's more likely to kick your ass than previous. This is the series where you're reading it so your heart rate will pick up and you'll have fun and see what they can do. Because she's James Brownstone's daughter.
Yes, and as the series progresses, she becomes more of James Brownstone's daughter. It seems like she gets tougher.
Yeah. She's also a drow princess, and so a drow princess, they're not known for taking. She won't necessarily pick the fight, but if you pick a fight with her, she's going to the mattress. So, think carefully before you do.
All right, for somebody who's listening to this and doesn't know who Allison Brownstone is, the best place to start is probably the first school book, which is School of Necessary Magic.
Necessary Magic, yes.
And the original, it's like year 1. And there are 8 books there, and then Allison takes off in her own series from there. So
that's correct. Yes,
all available at Amazon and through Kindle Unlimited. So we are there for people that like to read a lot.
Yeah, we got you.
All right, thanks, Martha.
Thank you.